Everyone has something they love. Of course, some people say that we choose that thing. But for me, I think it's that thing that determines me. Hi, I am Kevin from Shanghai. When I first came in touch with RC as a competition, I was really attracted to it. Although I had never been exposed to it before, it felt like a kindred spirit, like meeting an old friend I had never seen for a long time. RC racing has taught me a lot. I love steering it around the track and making beautiful drifts. I would sit down at the table fixing the car so much that I forgot to eat and sleep, and I made a lot of like-minded friends. But beyond that, it taught me one really important thing. When I first got into the club, I was desperate to have one race car of my own. So I skimmed through the information at hand, consulted with the store, and eventually I brought my first car on the recommendation. It's hard to describe the joy. I'm sure many guys would have similar experience. I assembled it from a pile of parts into a car with great anticipation. But soon, my expectation was thrown out in the cold. When I brought my cars to the experienced players, their reaction was, "You brought the wrong one, there are problems everywhere." Actually, I was really disappointed. I thought that my effort was refused by everyone. I had to ask them for advice on how exactly I should choose a race car that would suit me. So that whole afternoon, we gathered around the computer, starting from car architecture, talking about power, range, shock, remote control, and everything. I felt that I learned more and more programmatically in that afternoon than all I had known before. I also realized that a full understanding is essential when deciding beforehand. By now, I've had more than a dozen race cars, but with each of them, I've done a thorough job of understanding every detail possible before making a decision. There are all kinds of race cars in this world, from a few hundred to thousands of dollars. I think the value of a car is not reflected by the price alone, but the real value should be reflected only after I have made a full understanding of it. There is an old Chinese saying that knowing oneself and one's opponent is the key to winning. Therefore, I am grateful for the experience that racing has brought me, because it is the most valuable thing I have ever learned.